I remember when I was 21 and my mom was in county jail, and I was like visiting her on my 21st birthday, and it was the strangest thing because like somehow she was able to like get it was the oddest scene. Like I could see this in a movie, because she somehow got convinced the guards to like get some helium inflated balloons for me for my 21st birthday. So I show up to the county jail. My mom's doing a 60 or 90-day stint for a DUI.
Oh, wow.
And the guard hands me, I'm holding these helium balloons, like multicolored 21 balloons.
Oh my God, dude.
And I have to walk up to the glass to pick up the phone to have this conversation with my mom on my 21st birthday. And,
oh my God.
And you know, she's sober now because she's behind the glass there, and it brought back all these sort of memories, and I have closure on it now, but in my waking hours, but I don't dream that much. Whenever I have dreams, they tend to be nightmares, and they're almost exclusively about my mother. And this book, I mean, this is what good fiction does. It brings out the emotions that maybe we didn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
And it helped in a way it was cathartic. It helped me deal with some of those emotions. It brought me back to that place. I forgot about being there on my 21st birthday holding these ridiculous balloons in the Warren County Correctional
God, I don't know who had it worse growing up, man.
No, sometimes I think
No, I was more dysfunctional.
No, I mean it's weird. Like I mean, you got beat a lot more than I did. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I don't know, but plus
wow, man. You know, it's funny, man. Like just going back to the like getting over this relationship that I've had a funeral for. I've talked to some friends, and I have this one friend in particular who, if I let them go on, they could go on for an hour about how you're so great and you don't deserve this and you're such a lovable guy and people and those are very kind words. Like I appreciate it, but in the same token, like I don't feel like a victim. Like I'm not living up to the victim role.
Right.
And
that we talked earlier about the victor versus victim.
Yeah.
And yes, you could look at my situation, your situation, and say you were the victim, and instead I look at it like I can't believe I got out of that.
Yeah.
Last week we were talking about that Drake song, the Elevate song, and like I couldn't imagine like when I was there and getting over to this side. I feel like the victor. Like man, I it's like when LeBron dragged a bunch of subpar players to the finals, and in 2016 actually dragged them to winning the finals. Yeah. And you realize like, oh, I feel like I've done the same thing. I'm the LeBron of my own life. Right. Getting past those circumstances.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm getting at, man. Is like I think you and I, instead of, because it is easy to fall into the victim role, but instead of using that as a source of discontent and allowing negativity or discontent or even drama into our lives, like we take what has happened to us, and yes, like coming through the other side is so much better than playing victim. Yeah, like owning up to having not control, because I never feel like I'm fully in control, but I am fully in control of my decisions. And like that to me, and making good decisions, living a good life, like that's the best way to kind of overcome all those times that we were victims of our families.
Yeah, even if you are a victim of something, I was a victim of a hit and run last year. We were on tour. We were in Dayton, Ohio. I was in a rental car, and I was on Feedwire Road, and what is that, Wilmington Pike, and I was driving, and this truck just sideswiped me. I don't even know if he was a huge truck. I don't even know that he sideswiped me and like totally like ripped the bumper off. It was crazy. And startled me for sure. And I saw, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. But also, oh my God, like it could be worse. And I made it out of this, and that's okay. And I have to deal with the insurance, and I have to pay the deductible because we never caught the guy, and the police couldn't find him. But guess what? It could have been worse. And out of everything I've been able to overcome, I'm sure there'll be other things I have to overcome too. There's going to be something terrible that will happen at some point. and I need to be able to overcome that.
It makes me sad, man, when I see certain people I love, family members or friends, who they get stuck in playing the victim role. It's a lot of the times it's easier to play victim. It is easier to say, oh, my life isn't good because I'm a victim of this situation. So the rest of my life, all of the problems that I have, it's due to this one. It's easy to like point the finger and blame.
And tether everything back to that past sort of influence.
Yeah, and some folks who live in this state of being a victim, they wouldn't know what to do. They're scared of not being a victim.
Yes.
They wouldn't know what to do if they actually had to take some responsibility for their own life. And just reiterating, taking responsibility feels so much better than playing the role of a victim.
Last year I did something with the rubber band thing that I'm sure you've probably done some 21 days without complaining. I think it's like a Tim Ferriss thing or whatever. But I tried it out, and like, you can't be the victim if you never complain, right? And so even it got to the point before, if I didn't even complain out loud, like, God, can't believe I'm stuck in trap, whatever. Like, after a while, after the Pavlovian response, all of a sudden it was like, even in my head, if I had the complaint in my head, I would snap myself. And then the complaint started going away in my own head because I was reprogramming myself in a way. And so if you want to avoid the victim role, I think quite often it starts with stopping the complaining. And it's easy to stop once you become aware that I'm complaining all the time.
Some people, I mean, maybe they're in a, I'm not trying to undermine people who are in situations right now, but to get through it and like reprogram how we view how we were victimized. It's just a much better way to deal with people who were in obstinance to your life, essentially.
Yeah. And the way I would sum this up basically is, yes, you might be a victim. You may have been a victim, but you don't have to keep being a victim. In fact, you have to stop feeling like the victim to eventually become the victor.